Okay, so this is floral array. So we've got to use multiples of 18 plus 3. So the swatch we're going to make is going to have 39 chain. So I'll come back to you when I've done my 39 chain. Right, so first thing we need to do is make a double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. So that's going to count as 2 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives us the chain 3, the standing chain, which counts as a stitch, and 1 double crochet. So then we're going to double crochet in the next 4 chains. That's the 4th one. Okay, and then we're going to chain 4. And then we need to skip the next 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do an American treble. So skip 1, 2, 3. And we're going to treble 3 together. So a bit like a decrease, but all in the same stitch to make a petal shape. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and we'll leave that last yarn over, pull through 2 because we're going to join it all together. So we need to do another one, yarn over twice, go into the same chain, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2 again, and that's 2 of the trebles, and we need to make 1 more. Before we pull through all the loops. So come through 2 twice, and we end up with 4 loops on the hook, and we can yarn over 1 more time and pull through all 4 loops. Okay, and that gives us this petal shape. So then we're going to make chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to skip 3 chain, 1, 2, 3, and then we're just going to double crochet again now, American terms, into each of the next 11 chains. 1, 2, so I won't bore you and waiting for me to do 11 double crochets. I'll come back to you when I've done that. Okay, so I've got 11 double crochets in the chain now. So I'm going to repeat what we've just done. Chain 4. And we're going to do our treble 3 together. So we need to skip 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and we're putting our treble 3 together in here. Just like before, yarn over twice, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and 1 more. Four loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4. So we're nearly at the end of the chain now. So we're going to chain 4, skip 3 chain, 1, 2, 3, and we're just going to make double crochets in all the remaining stitches. So we should have 6 chain left, and that will tie up with what we started with at the other end. So we'll have 6 double crochets in here and the equivalent of 6 double crochets where we started. So obviously these patterns are always symmetrical, which helps you to stay on track and make sure that you've done the right thing at each end of the row. Okay, so that's our 6th double crochet. So if I just lay it out, row 1's done. So yeah, because you've got your standing chain of 3, that counts as a stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and also 6 at the other end with the 11 in the middle. Okay, and this is the start of our flower pattern, these 2 sections here. So we'll move to row 2. Okay, so now it gets slightly trickier, but hopefully you'll be okay if I talk you through it slowly. So we're on this next row, so we've turned our work. So you've got options from now on at the end of the rows. You can either chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and that counts as a stitch. So you would then work your next stitch in here. Or what I prefer is to do the stacked single crochet. So I do have another video that shows you that stitch too, or that technique, but I will show it you now. So when you've turned the row and you've got 1 loop on your hook, you don't need to chain. You go into the top of that double crochet from the row before, yarn over and come back through, and then you'll have 2 loops on your hook. Then you yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. So it's pretty straightforward. It's a single crochet without a standing chain. And then you want to push your hook in between the 2 loops you've just pulled through. Can be a little bit tricky, so you might need to look from the back. So once you've pushed your hook in there, then you yarn over and come back through, and that gives you another single crochet just on top of that one, and then yarn over, pull through 2, just like an ordinary single crochet. And what that gives you is a similar looking stitch to a double crochet that also fills in this stitch at the bottom, whereas a chain sort of sits over to the right hand side and leaves a hole. So I much prefer, it's called stacked single crochet, rather than the chain 3. So absolutely, if that's too tricky, just do your chain 3. Remember not to work into that bottom of the stitch, work into that next stitch. But if you like this idea, then yeah, you can do the stacked single crochet. So if you've done that, that counts as a double crochet, and then we're going to do 2 more double crochets. 1, 2. Now, so this could be quite different. I hadn't encountered this before until I did this particular pattern. So we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And because we want this petal now to be horizontal, we're going to work into the side of this double crochet that we've just made before we chained 4. So you're going to yarn over twice. We're going to just go into the very side of the top of that double crochet and yarn over, come through, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, but don't finish the stitch because we still want to cluster it together. And then we do 1 more because the chain 4 counts as a stitch. This is our last part of the petal, so we're making another treble, American terms. Yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and that gives you your horizontal petal. Yeah, so a bit different, but yeah, it's nice to try something new. Okay, and then to just anchor this petal down, so we're starting to create this flower shape, we're going to make a single crochet in this chain space, and then a single crochet in the top of your treble 3 together. So I like to, rather than just take the very top 2 strands, that can leave a bit of a hole. I like to push my hook under the 2 strands that are beneath those 2 strands. Just stops it from having a great hole in the top. Yarn over, pull through 2. So obviously just single crochet in the chain space, in the top of the treble 3 together, and then in this side, in this chain space here, 1 more single crochet. Okay, so we've created part of our petal shape, our flower shape, sorry. So now we want to make this horizontal petal again, but we need to make it into the side of this single crochet we've just made. So we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, yarn over twice, go into the side of the single crochet. It's a little bit trickier than going in the side of a double crochet, but it's similar to what I've just shown you with the stacked single crochet. Push in between those 2 loops, yarn over, come through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, but don't finish the stitch, yarn over twice into the single crochet, and then complete that treble stitch to that point till you've got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 3. So that's the other side of the flower. Okay, right, so when we've done that other half petal, we're going to skip 3 double crochets. So you don't need to worry about this chain, so just look for your double crochets, skip 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to double crochet in the next 5 double crochets. So I'll just yarn over and count again, 1, 2, 3, and so I'm going in there and I'm doing 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we just want to repeat that whole process of making the horizontal petals. So what these double crochets are doing is just filling in the background. So these flowers are created by making petals and holes, and anything in between is just background being filled in so that the flowers stand out. Okay, so we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then yarn over twice for our treble, go into the side of that stitch, last double crochet we did, create our treble 2 together. Okay, and that's another petal made. And then we're going to do what we did over there and do a single crochet into the chain space, a single crochet into the treble 3 together, and a single crochet into the other chain space. So that's the single crochet in the last chain space, and we're just going to make one more horizontal petal. 1, 2, 3, 4 chains, and treble 2 together in the side of the single crochet. Okay, so all that's left to do now is skip these 3 double crochets and work into the last 3. But of course, the last stitch will be the chain 3 from the initial starting foundation chain. If you choose to do stacked single crochet from here on, you will have the stacked single crochet to work into on all the other rows. But for now, we can't avoid having to work into the top of the 3 chain on this row. Okay, so once you've completed that, we can have a look at the pattern starting to appear. So it doesn't sit too flat just yet, but once we get a few more rows in, we can sort of pull it into shape. But yeah, those are the first 2 rows. Right, so row 3, turn the work, and then if you want, do your chain 3, 1, 2, 3, avoiding that base chain stitch, go into the next 2 double crochets with 2 double crochets. Or, because if you see that hole appear there, just like before, I won't do this for every row, I will just continue in a stacked single. Hang on, let's go back to the loop I had when I turn the work, and then push your hook into top of that double crochet, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, push your hook in between those loops, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 for the stacked single, and then double crochet in the next 2 double crochets. Okay, right next to that petal. Okay, so when we've done that, we're going to chain 6 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're just going to skip the petal, find that first single crochet of the 3. I'm going to single crochet in each one of these 3 single crochets from the row before. And then chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, and then we're actually going to double crochet in the next 5 double crochets. So the first one's got that petal coming out of it, and the last one's got that petal coming out of it. So just don't miss the first ones. If you're thinking, oh, I don't think there's 5 there, there is. It's just the petal is part of it. So going into top of that one, I'm going to do 5 double crochets in these 5 double crochets. So again, this is filling in the background spaces in between the flowers. That's 4, and the last one is there, which is 5. All right, and then we're going to chain 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Same as before, we'll find these 3 single crochets in between the petals. And we're going to single crochet into each single crochet. So we've got 3. And we're nearly done. We're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, skip, and you're looking for the last 3 double crochets, or you might have the chain 3 there. So we're going to yarn over, go into there with a double crochet, and then the last 2. So either another double crochet and then a stacked single. So the stacked single has a nice little V on top of it to work into, or you'll have your chain 3 and you'll have to work into the top of the chain 3. And that's the same for every row now. So there we go. So we've got that symmetry again. 3 at the beginning, 3 at the end, and the flowers in between. Starting to look good now. Okay, so row 4. Turn the work. Chain 3 or stack single crochet to make that first of the 3 double crochets. So then double crochet in the next 2 double crochets. And then we're going to make 3 double crochets into this chain space. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And now we want to find the middle single crochet of this group of 3 from the last round. So we can ignore all of this, find this middle one. And we want to do what we did on the chain row, which is to make a treble 3 together. So yarn over twice, go into that middle single crochet, pull through 2, pull through 2 and leave it and all finished. Yarn over twice, go in, pull through 2, pull through 2, and one more time to make this petal, this vertical petal. So now we've got 4 loops left on the hook, and we yarn over, pull through 4. So you'll probably remember from the previous row, this is going to be very similar, this row. We're making these horizontal petals. So chain 3, and then we're going to do 3 double crochets into this chain space. 1, 2. Don't worry if they slide about a bit, you can always slide them into position once you've made them. So there's 3, and I just need to move them up to there to meet the next few double crochets. And then we're going to make 5 double crochets into these 5 double crochets again. So again, filling in the background. So what you'll end up with here is 11 double crochets all in a row. That's the 5, and then we've got 3 in this 6 chain space. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then again we're all symmetrical with this pattern, so we're just going to repeat what we've done previously to create another flower petal. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over twice, find the middle of these 3 single crochets, go in there, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. So we make 3 unfinished trebles. By the way, if you do find this is going too fast for you, there is a function on YouTube. If you look below, you can change the speed of the video, so you can slow me down if you need to. Okay, yarn over, pull through all 4, and then we chain 3, and then we're going to make our 3 chain, start again, Rach. 3 double crochets into the 6 chain space. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and we can slide those up that way. We don't really need to, because once you work the double crochets, then you'll naturally pull them along. And then filling in these last 3. So 2 double crochets, and either into your stacked single crochet or into the top of your chain 3 to complete the row. Seem to have a bit of a catch on the hook, pulling the yarn there. Not helpful. Okay, right, there we go. So that's that one done. So can you see we've got a full row of flowers now, which is nice. And then we need to change it so we've got an offset repeat. So the next row will have 1 flower in the middle. The following row will have 2 flowers, and so on. So we need to keep going till we've completed 9 rows, and that's when we'll have done something different on each row. And after that, we just repeat rows 2 to 9. Okay, so because we're offsetting now the pattern, we need to create a half flower at this end. So we're going to chain 4, and we will chain 4 this time rather than doing any stacked singles, because stacked single is only the height of a double crochet, so we want this to be the height of the treble. And then we're going to yarn over twice and make a treble right in the base of this chain 4. So we're not going to skip that base because we want it to be like a half cluster petal. So it originates from the same place, and then just pull through the 2. So that counts as treble 2 together, because it's half a petal, or more or less. Right, so when we've done that, we're going to chain 4. So when you've chained 4, you need to skip the next 3 double crochets, and you'll have 2 double crochets left to work into. So work into those with 2 double crochets. And then we're going to put 3 double crochets into this 3 chain space. So again, filling in the background, 1, 2, and the 3rd double crochet in the 3 chain space, and then find the middle of that treble 3 together and make 1 double crochet in there, and another 3 in the 3 chain space, and then one in each of the next 2 double crochets. So you should have 11 double crochets all in a row now. So that fills in the space above that last flower. So looking good so far. And there's our half petal. Right, so now we need to make another petal. So we're going to chain 4. And then we're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3 to land in the middle of this block of double crochets, and we're going to yarn over twice, and we're going to make our treble 2 together in this double crochet, all in the same one. So again, this is our vertical petal that we're making now, just like we did on the other row. And 4 loops left on your hook, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 4. And see that next flower taking shape, and then chain 4. And then we're going to repeat what we've done at the beginning of the row, and we're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, double crochet in the last 2 double crochets of that group of 5. 1, 2, 3 double crochets in the next 3 chain space, and then 1 double crochet in the top of the treble 3 together, 3 double crochets in the 3 chain space, and then 2 double crochets in that last block in the first 2 double crochets. Good, and then we need to match up the other end, so we're going to chain 4 and then find either the top of your chain 3 or your stacked single crochet. So we're going to skip the next 3 double crochets and make treble 2 together for a half petal. Pull through all 3, and that levels up the end. So now you can see we're doing this offset repeat. So just a few more rows to go till we've made the offset flower, and then you'll be able to just keep repeating from rows 2 to 9. Right, so I'm going to turn. This time we're doing single crochets. So we will want to chain 1. I'm going to single crochet in the first stitch, and then single crochet in the next 4 chain space. And because this is a new flower, that was the vertical petal, we need to make a horizontal petal. So we chain 4, just like we did previously. Yarn over twice to make our treble into the side of that single crochet. Leave it undone, do 1 more. Yarn over, pull through 2 twice. Leave your 3 loops on the hook and then pull through all 3. Yarn over, pull through all 3. Right, so we need to be central for this space now. So we're going to skip the next 3 DC, 1, 2, 3. And we're going to make 5 double crochets in the next 5 double crochets. So skip 3, 1, 2, 3. That's the first of the 5. So again, filling in this background space with double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and then we need to make another petal. So it's going to go in the side of this double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we do our treble 2 together. Sorry, sometimes a bit tricky to get your hook in the side of the stitch. Get there eventually. Right, and then one more. And pull them together, and then, so we're coming to this petal here after we've done this horizontal petal. We're going to make one single crochet into the chain 4 space, then find the middle of the vertical petal and then make a single crochet in the top of there, and then one more single crochet on the other side into that chain 4 space, and then we're going to make another petal. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a horizontal petal. So do our treble 2 together. Pull through all 3, and then we're going to skip just like we did before. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to work our 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and another petal. Again, if you need to slow the video down, you can do. Okay, so we're nearly finished. So we're just matching up to the other end now. Okay, then we skip the next 3 DC, single crochet into that chain 4 space, and then just single crochet into the top of the treble 2 together. Like that. Right, so we've got another part of our flower now on this offset repeat. So we're nearly there. Right, so row 7, we're on single crochets again. So I've turned the work and I chain 1, single crochet in that first double crochet, single crochet, single crochet in the second single crochet. And now I'm going to chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're going to double crochet in the next 5 double crochet. So ignore the petal and double crochet in the next 5. So you'll remember this pattern repeat from the previous time we did it. So it's the same techniques, the same pattern, but it's just offset on row 7 from what it was, where it was before. So there's 5 double crochets again. You're just filling in the background space with these double crochets. Then 6 single crochet, chain, dear. So that's 2 chain, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're going to skip this petal, and there's 3 single crochets in a row. So we just want a single crochet in each one of those from the previous row. And then we're going to chain 6. Skip the petal, double crochets in each of the 5 double crochets. Okay, so we filled in those 5 and then 6 chain. And we're just going to single crochet into the last 2 single crochets. Let's pull them into position. Makes life a bit easier. Yeah, so the last 2 single crochets to match up again with the start of the row. Let's have a look how we're getting on. Good, it's all starting to take shape. So we've got 2 more rows in the repeat. Okay, so turn the work again. So this is where we need to make the half petal again, the top of this flower. So we're going to chain 4 and treble 1 into the base of that chain 4. Acts as a treble 2 together to make that petal. Okay, then we're going to chain 3, make 3 double crochets into the chain 6 space. So again, we've done this before, so we'll be making 11 double crochets in a row. So that's the 3 that go into the space. Slide them up if you want. And then 5 double crochets into the double crochets. Fifth one, and then 3 double crochets into the 6 chain space, which gives you a total of 11 double crochets in a row. So 3 double crochets into that 6 chain space, and now 3 chain, and then we're going to make a vertical petal in the middle of these 3 single crochets. The middle one, which we've done before, going into the single crochet, and we're going to treble 3 together. Pull through all 4. Then we're going to chain 3 and make 3 double crochets into the 6 chain space. Slide them along, and then 5 double crochets, 1 in each of the previous 5. And then 3 double crochets into the 6 chain space. So again, we've got 11 double crochets in a row, filling in that background again. And then to match up to the beginning of the row, we're going to chain 3, and we're going to make 2 treble crochets together, or treble 2 together, in that very last single crochet. So remember to not finish them. 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, so now we've got row 8 done. We only have 1 more row in the repeat, but you'll see we've already got 2 full rows of flowers now. So that's nice. Okay, last row of the repeat. So we're going back to, you can choose whether to do chain 3 or stacked single crochet. I'm just going to stick with a stacked single crochet, which is what I prefer. So stacked single crochet in the first stitch. And then we're going to do 3 double crochets into that chain space. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to make a double crochet in each of the next 2 double crochets. And then I'm going to chain 4. And then we're going to yarn over twice for our treble 3 together, but we need to skip 3 double crochets before we know where to put it, which is here. So we have done this before. So half treble 3 together. I think the heat's getting to me today. Treble 3 together. There we are. And chain 4. 1, 2, 3. So then skip the next 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Double crochet the next 2. Oops. And then we're making that long block again now of 11, so we're going to do 3 double crochets into this chain space. One into the top of the treble 3 together. 3 into the next chain space. And then 2 into the next, or 1 into each of the next 2 double crochets. And that gives us our long block of 11 stitches filling the background. So then we're just repeating what we've done. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip 3, 1, 2, 3. Treble 2 together. 3 together. Treble 3 together. Okay. And then chain 4. And then skip 3, 1, 2, 3. Double crochet the next 2 double crochets. And then 3 double crochets into that space. To match up to what we did at the beginning of the row. And then we're just going to do one last double crochet into the treble 2 together. Good. And that completes row number 9. So for future rows, you just want to go back to the instructions for row number 2. And you're going to go from number 2 and repeat 2 to 9, 2 to 9, as many times as you want. Obviously, if you did it this width, it'd probably make quite a nice scarf.